Hi guys, so I'm back today with another trading day that I took. So today you can see 25th of May, and today we're starting off on the daily chart, and I've taken off all the drawings. But today was a bit of a confusing day for me because I stated yesterday that we had equal lows there, relative equal lows there, and we've got relative equal highs here as well. And as you can see today, we didn't break this, nor did we actually break this, and we've also got this as well now, the relative equal highs or double top, as they say here. And so going into the 15-minute chart, I'll show you exactly what I did. So one of the things about today was the button itself wasn't working on TradingView. I'm not sure why. They said that they were doing some sort of maintenance on the paper trading button. Obviously I used this to show you where I get in and where I go out. But obviously I traded on my real platform with the trades I'm going to show you. So obviously looking at the 15-minute time frame, we had this huge downwards candle. We came back up around about 50% of this candle and then dropped down and broke these lows. Now my idea was I wanted, if I go back to the 1 hour, I had lows here, 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 and here, and that's the very bottom of obviously what you're seeing on the daily chart. And I was expecting it to come down here because of this move here. And you'll see that the first trade that I took was actually a loss. Obviously looking at the market and finding out what I'd done wrong, I'd obviously moved in and taken another trade which was successful. Obviously I had to have a loss in order to figure out where the market was actually going to go. So if I drop down to the 15-minute time frame for you and I put in my markings, I know it's very messy, but I can read this, and that's what matters. I'll try and explain everything. Everything is labelled, so if you can read them, then brilliant. If you can't, I'll try and talk through them, but ultimately this is for me. All these drawings that I've done just to see how I see the market in real time and what I'm expecting the market to do. So I'm just dragging this along because obviously it's not been touched. The 15-minute fair value gap back here, and that was the start of the move where this was broken. So that's the reason why I've got that there, and I'll see what happens. But yeah, so coming into the 5-minute, and you can see what I've done is I've marked out the trades that I had taken because these buttons weren't working. As I mentioned, there was maintenance happening and they just wouldn't allow me to click the button. So you can see that you had a 15-minute low here, which I explained, here, 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 and then you've got a 15-minute double bottom, which I showed on the daily chart that we had double bottoms as well. So you've got the double bottom there on the 15-minute. So I thought what they would have done was we came in, New York open, dipped down, went higher. I thought the market wanted to continue to go down, and I thought this was the Judas swing, and they were going to take this, which we've got the equal lows. Obviously, as you can see, I was wrong. So what we had is, if I zoom in and show you, so we've got a 15-minute fair value gap here, which, if I go back and just show you, right here. So there's the low, we get a break in structure, come back in, tapped it 3 times and then fell off. But the reason why I never entered in here is because that is not within my time frame. As you can see, that happened at 6 o'clock, and I can't get into the market at 6 o'clock. I need to wait for 7 and 10 for New York according to the rules. So if I drop down back into the 5 minute, we were looking at this one. So here we had all this run, we had this run down, these 2 candles. There was your break of structure, which I thought is what I was looking at. And I had entered right there, just the high on this candle with a sell limit. I had my stops above here because I didn't expect the market to take me out, but as you can see, the market came down. And you probably asked me, when this was bouncing, why didn't I come out of the trade? Well, this was a 5 minute fair value gap and it filled it completely. Now I thought if it fills it completely, it might come back up, tag this again, not go higher than this, and then continue to fall. So that's what happened, was started bouncing in, coming up, and this box you see here was on the 1 minute. So if I quickly go down into the 1 minute, it wasn't the 1 minute, it was the 3 minute. Sorry, it wasn't the 1 minute, it was the 3 minute. So we had a fair value gap here, but I would have never taken a buy here. And the reason for that is I never got a break off the high. So as you can see, right here is the high, and that is the high over here, and I didn't break it. So obviously the market continued to go down, fell in this fair value gap, and pushed much higher. Now at this point, when this broke my candle, when this broke and took me out, I lost 12 pips, or I think it was 15 pips actually. No, it was 12 pips. I think it was 12 pips. Let me just double check quickly. One 158,853. Yep. So that's exactly where I got out. That kicked me out of the trade. So I lost that one. But when I seen this, I'll take this off because I've explained what I had seen. So I was expecting it to go lower, but I didn't. So when this move right here happened, I suspected that because of this 3 minute fair value gap getting filled and being respected, that we had a change in market structure, or market shift, sorry. So a change in market shift. So when this high was broken, I seen a fair value gap here on the 3 minute. It was also on the 5 minute that I seen it on actually. Yep. So there it's there. So this trade I actually took on the 5 minute because it also broke structure here. And when it came down, I had entered right underneath the low of this candle, and my stop was here. So it was quite a big stop. Obviously I'll need to learn and see how I could minimize that because I wasn't too comfortable, but I had no option because that was the low that I could only see. Actually talking to you guys, let me see if there was a better option for me to keep it. I couldn't see anything else, and that's the low. So therefore I had to put my stop there. So I put my stop there, and as you can see, market came in, tagged me here, ran down. At this point I was sweating because I'd already lost a trade here, which I showed you, which I've taken off now. I was like, I don't want to lose again because I don't see why this should continue to go down now because of this structure. So when this pushed back out, it was, taking on to it was going into profit. First partials I had taken right here at this section. So that was the first partial that I took. I took around about 50% off the trade on there, and I brought my stop loss to here, just below these lows. And when the market continued to go up, when I hit this New York open price, I took off another 25%, which left me with 25%. And at this point, I'd brought my stop loss at break even. And as you can see, the market continued to go out. Now my TP to come out was this right here, this high, this one-hour high that we had in London session. So I had just placed it right below. That's the reason why you don't see it touching this line, is because I'd taken it at that price. So I'd taken it just below, just to make sure I had taken the profit. And that's when I actually came out of the trade fully, and the 25% had been taken off. So today, yes, I lost 12 pips, but I gained 96 pips on 25%. On the first TP, I had, so first TP I took 50% off at around about 30 pips, 29 pips. 25% TP2 I took 56 pips, at which point I took the stop loss to break even, and then finished the trade off at around about 96 pips. And that was the trade today. Now obviously the market did continue to go higher. We had a 1 hour fair value gap. Now this 1 hour fair value gap is a bit funny, and the reason why I say it's funny is because it's actually not a 1 hour fair value gap. The fair value gap started down here, but I thought there was so much space in between this that I had put the fair value gap between the high of this and then the low of this and the high of this candle right here, which is where I'd finished off my trade. But as you can see, it decided to continue to go up and break the 3-day-old high. So I'm thinking the markets, so again, it's funny this one, because we have a fair value gap up here. We also have a 1-day high up here. We also have a 2-day high up here. And then we've also got these highs going up into this fair value gap. So I'm assuming they might try and come in and take that. But yeah, I'll need to see what tomorrow brings. And then see if I can actually make a trade tomorrow. While I'm here, I'll just quickly fill in something, make Linda see it. So that's a 1 hour fair value gap because I have a breaker structure right there. So they might come down and test that, and hopefully they can test that in New York, which would then give me confirmation that they actually do want to take this price even higher. But it's confusing, this one, and I'm not sure whether or not if I'll go up or if it will go down. I'll need to see what the market does tomorrow. But yeah, that was my trade. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and yeah, if I have a trade tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll jump on again and record it and show you exactly what I've seen.